Hello, Floss Tube. I am Jan Stiff, and this is Jan Stiff Stitches here on Floss Tube. Today is Friday, November 14th, and I feel like I have a lot to talk about, but first, I want to say hi to Teddy. Hi, Teddy. He is my friend Denise's son, and on occasion he will be walking by when I'm on TV, and so I think it'd be funny if he actually hears his name being called as well. So I have a lot to go over today. I've got some FFOs. I've got finishes, whips, new starts, haul plans, life. I also want to, first and foremost, just say let's keep some people in our thoughts and prayers. I know Callie and Christy are probably in a lot of your prayers and thoughts right now, and I think we need to keep it that way. I know it's Callie who suffered the stroke, but I honestly know how hard it can be on Christy as well. They're so close, tight as thieves, the two of them. Um, so yeah, I think Christy probably misses her, being with her and stuff. I know she gets to see her, but even just doing the whole floss tube thing, I bet she's kind of lonely with it. Also, Priscilla and Chelsea from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. Priscilla is the one who is going through some medical stuff. And Chelsea's been there the whole way. All of them have, the whole family. I mean, they're just right in there doing stuff. Um, but yeah, I think, we need to keep them in our prayers as well. And honestly, I feel like every time I'm watching Floss Tube, not every time, but every now and then there'll be things that pop up. Like I was watching Tammy Clevenger, Leopard and Lace, and her church burnt down. I think that's heartbreaking. And it is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for her and for them. And so, they're in the midst of trying to raise money. They didn't have insurance. But yeah, so they're getting it all together and they're going to figure it out and they're going to move ahead. But that being said, our community is a huge community, and I have decided to add into my prayers each day our community as a whole. I know God knows. He knows who needs what. He knows what's going on with everybody. So I just want to say, hey, God, here's our little community down here. We just might need you. Now we do need you. Um, so yeah, so I've just been doing that, and I truly feel like, oh man, I just feel better when I pray for our overall community. So whoever needs help is going to get some help, and have prayers for them. So you guys might want to do the same. Or if you don't pray, just maybe think about them in a positive way each and every day. That being said, I think that's it. Now I can get into stuff. Um, my favorite. Wait till you see her. She's so cute. Delia Conger. Isn't she adorable? I just love her. She's so little. And okay, so I bought this frame for her, but let me show you. Put that there. I don't know why I'm putting it that way. It's probably going to fall. Here is the pattern. So antique needleworkers, Shelley. Here is the pattern for Delia. I know you guys know what it is. There's got to be a way for this whole glare thing. I don't know. I've tried. Anyway, notice rectangle, arched. So when I finished it and had it finished as a rectangle, I had a little consultation with some of my stitching friends, and they were of the belief that it was not going to work in this frame. Yeah, I was a little disappointed. I'm like, seriously, I want it to fit. So then I thought, what if I add? And they're like, yeah, you can add something to the top to make it so it's not, straight across. So I took the flowers from the bottom and I went ahead and I started from this side and did in and this side. I mean, I graphed them out and I figured out, I did the math. And I did it a couple times just to make sure. And as I was stitching it, I was trying to line it up again just to make sure. But yeah, so it worked. And it looks so good. She's so tiny. So I stitched her on 32 count vellum Belfast linen. Oh. And I used Roxy Flosco in a jam and I stitched 1/1. I just love her. I had done the same thing for Fiona Rutherford. I stitched 1/1 on 32 count for her. And I think that is what was called for on her. And I was so intrigued, like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. It's so cool. And so then when I did that and it turned out so good, I'm like, okay, I need to do another one because I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I'm going to put her, I love seeing her. Well, I'll just lay her down back here for right now. The next one that I fully finished is the Yellow Submarine. So this I stitched for my husband Ron, and I have framed it. I I'm okay with it, but I don't know. I have them all to stitch, so I don't really know. I had no plan. So I'm just like, well, I better frame it, just at least for now. But I had no plan really thinking about the other ones. So as I go on, who knows? I didn't do anything funky to it, so I can just unframe it as well. Oh, I say funky, unlike Delia. Sad news. I cut her. So I was getting all right. So I was going to be framing her, and I knew I was going to be framing her. So I cut her, but I cut her like in a rectangle. And I'm like, wait. And then I cut her like way too close. It just, I had to glue her, I think. I think it was her. I had to glue a little bit on the one side because I didn't leave enough space or enough fabric. But once I glued it to the side of like the foam board, then it was okay. And then I had little clips that I put on to hold it. Um, but yeah, lesson learned. So anyway, so I'll have to figure out what I want to do with these mystery tour series. But right now, I'm just glad to have it framed because then we can put it up and I'll have it upstairs. But so this one I stitched on 32 count Nessie Belfast linen. I felt like it kind of looked similar to this, but maybe it was a little bit brighter, maybe more blue. Sorry for the glare, but the other thing with this design, so this is a 2014 pattern, and it called for a lot of general arts floss. As a matter of fact, I think it called for all general arts, but it also did have the DMC conversion. But I did feel like that it could benefit having some of the variegated. So I ended up going through my stash to figure out which ones I had and what I could use. And so I did that and stitched away, I was pretty close to having it done. I think, I think it was up. So I had done this across probably about here, we'll say. And I ran out of the variegated floss, but I had others. So I tried it. Yeah, not so much. So then I actually had to buy a new variegated floss. My friend Val, when she was here, she ripped it all out for me and then I restarted it. I was able to finish it like within a day or two. Um, so another lesson learned. But yeah, I just need to pay attention to that, I think, with the other ones, like right off the bat, and make sure that I have the flosses that I want compared to the pictures and stuff. So that won't be bad. The next one that I fully finished is Christmas Cat. So this one is so pretty. So this is going to be for my little sister. Her and her family really love cats. So that's her, Barbara Anna Designs. And here, look at, isn't she sweet? And she has, she's stitched on Fabric Flare 28 count even weave gray fairy dust. So you can see it kind of looks snowy like. So yeah, I really, really do like it. It turned out so good. and I framed it and put a little hanger thing on it. So yeah, I mean, I had like a day of framing, um, and that's a lot of work. But it might have even been 2 days that I was framing. I have a lot of frames that I've picked up, like the rest of you, like whether it's Goodwill or Hobby Lobby from their clearance area. Same with Michael's every now and then. The next one that I did, and this is not really a pattern. Early on, there was a woman on Facebook who had put out there at one point, like, oh, is anybody interested in doing like a Quaker sale or a, she's like, and then I'll add different things into it. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, I'll totally do that. And this was like the first Quaker type thing that I did, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the look of it. Um, the stitching was a little tedious at first. I mean, now I feel like I'm a better Quaker stitcher just because I know, you got to count and recount and everything else. But I just think this is beautiful. I just loved it. And I kind of went ahead and made it a little personalized towards us, where I have like the R for Ron, the H for Hannah. Here's me. I've got an L and a little paw print for Loki, which is Hannah's dog. And then I've got this paw print and an R for Ruby. And she added different Quakers throughout, or different symbols throughout. Like she's got a lock, she's got a key, a rabbit, there's a crown, a bee. This might be an anchor maybe. And she would say, what they meant. So it was kind of fun doing it. But I love it. And so this frame actually had been I want to say it was an 11 by 14. It was big. And so I said to Ron, should I order a frame or can you cut this down? And he's like, I think I can cut it down. I said, okay, let's try that first to see how it works. And he totally did it. And it's the perfect frame. It's like a teal color, and the colors in the pictures are all like teal and coral, and I just love it. So yeah, it's all finished too. So now, um, I don't know where I'm gonna hang. I mean, I have some room in here, but not a lot. But I have room throughout the house that I can definitely hang stuff in. Okay, on to whips. I feel like I show this one every month, obviously, because it's a monthly sale. So this is the Stitch for Pride. And this month we are stitching, and we learned about Victoria Vida Sackville West. She was a poet, author, muse, and garden designer. She lived from 1892 to 1962. She was known to many as the lover of author Virginia Woolf. Vida was the inspiration for the gender bending protagonist of Woolf's novel, Orlando. So I'm not familiar with that novel. Um, Here is Stitch for Pride. So this is what I'm stitching right here, and it's going to go up. It's a vase with flowers. So this picture down here kind of is the inspiration for what Dee has done in designing the pattern. So Dee, she's designed every single one of these, which I just find amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, I'm probably not even a third of the way done. I need to probably switch over and work on it a little bit. Yeah, because I've got a lot to do still yet. So I'll probably do that. I'm working on one thing right now, but then I'll switch over to this for a bit. No, it's almost done. Almost done. And it has not, it's been a fun stitch. It's not been a bad stitch at all. I am stitching it on Fiber on a Whim Ocean Blue. It's 28 count and it's a Lugana, which I do like. I'm kind of glad I went the Lugana route versus just a linen because well, I've had to frog at certain times. It's been easier for me to stitch on. So yeah, so I'm glad that that's what I've been doing. So that is Stitch for Pride. The next one that is kind of a whip. It's okay. I know I've talked to you guys about this before. So how I have been doing my stuff lately and how I've been able to get finishes done. I focus on like 5 projects a month, including Stitch for Pride. So then I usually do like one a week is going to be my focus. And then if I finish one of those, that's fine. I can stitch on one of the other 4, including Stitch for Pride. So it's been really good. But I will say, I detoured from that a little bit this past week. We did a stitchy call and we do it through Facebook Messenger. And I wasn't at a place where I could just stitch and not have to really pay attention. But I am at that place on E Pluribus Unum. And this is an ongoing project that I've had. It was our friend Becca. It was her birthday stitch. So I pulled that out so I could stitch on it during that call. And so I filled in some more of the blue. I still have, I want to say 2 or 3 rows of the stars to add on here. And then there'll be stripes here and then these will continue. But yeah, so that's what I did. It is a pretty pattern. It took me a bit. Um, There's what it looks like. Hicks. Jan Hicks creates. Um, and it's been hard, but I'll tell you this. If you can get a rhythm going, and I was struggling so much at the beginning of October with it, trying to figure out. But then I started just doing parts of it, like, or even initially I'd started doing like this whole thing. And I'm like, this is so hard. But once I broke it down into pieces, and just like little parts, once you get in a rhythm, stitching the same thing over and over, I think is what I really needed to do. Like you can really tell here on this pink. So I went ahead and did all this, and I can continue with that. And it was easy once I started doing that. I felt much better about it. So yeah, so that is a good one. And I don't know, it's taken me some time, but I'm still working on it. The next one that I have is, oh, this is this is the day. So this is my Sabbath stitch. And a couple things about this. I'm gonna put that there. Java Girl Stitches had mentioned this book on her Floss Tube. And I was like, I'm gonna look into that. Um, I like a good devotional or what do I have right now? I have this, and I do have another devotional book that my sister-in-law Brenda and I have devotions from the kitchen. She has devotions from the front porch, and then we're going to trade them when we're done with them. But anyway, so this is really good. Each week, each Sunday, it gives you a bit of scripture, and then it goes through, and Debbie, talks about how that applies to our stitching and what we've created or what we're working on. And you stitch and you think about it and think about it and think about it. So I really do like it. And I spend all Sunday usually stitching on this. So let me show you. Here is where I'm at, and here is the pattern. So it is a plum street. It's hard to see the color. Well, I guess I'm like, it's hard to see the color of that house. But honestly, all I'm doing is outlining where the different bricks are. And as you can see from this picture, the bricks are very colorful. So I think eventually it'll take me a bit. I also did start filling in the roof. Um, that was one thing I thought, maybe I need to like start that just because you know how it can be a little monotonous. But yeah, so I love this. And this is a stitch that I am stitching for s- um yeah, somebody in my family who I know will love it. Um, my sister-in-law Beth. She will just love it. And did I tell you what I'm stitching on? I don't think so. Well, let's bring that back up. Okay, so I am stitching on, oh, this is Roxy Flossco Pantone or something. It's a taupe color. It does have a little bit of modeling. It really is a nice, and it's it's an 18 count Ada. So it has really been nice to stitch on. I like 18 count. Well, I like Ada in general, I should say. Um, yeah. And then I did use, what did it call for? It's got some color and cotton, some DMC, Weeks Dye Works. There's a whole list. I did, well, you don't really have to see the list, but I did actually pull flosses from Stash in order to stitch it. So I'm loving it. I am loving it. It is turning out great. Um, okay. So um, the next whip, this is kind of funny. I'm stitching on Dairy Darlin. Super cute. Little cow. And then there is, I'll show you. It's Little House Needleworks is the designer. So I have done the cow and then I started working on the wagon. So I really do like it. What's funny, and I was stitching on it and stitching on it. I'm like, well, why do I have that key down in that corner? Well, obviously, I must have done that. Like, I must have started up there because I usually start in the upper left-hand corner. So here I'm stitching this. I must have started the border in the upper left-hand corner. And then I'm stitching this cow and stitching this wagon. And when I was stitching the wagon, I'm like, why is that T down there? And then I finally figured it out. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's working out quite nicely. So this is 30, it's 30 count Portobello studio line linen. I'm not, must be a scrap that I maybe picked up along the way. The floss, it's all DMC, and I am using 2 threads over 2 squares. So I love it. I think it's really going to be cute. And it's been going fast, so that's been nice. My other, okay. I'm just looking at my notes here real quick. So, another whip, but also new start. A new barely start. I have to drink. Okay. So, this is The Lucky You by Annie, the proper stitcher. Isn't she sweet? So I think once I get going on it, I was hoping maybe I could do it and finish it for my mom for Christmas. But look at, I've only got this tiny little story. So I need to get moving on it a little bit more. I know. And I need to mark the fabric the right way. Because it is at the bottom. because that's where that grass is, but I need to do a better job of keeping track. Anyway, so this is a 32 count even weave of some sort. I wonder if it's not a hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim. It might be. I don't know why I didn't write it down, but I didn't. I'm so very sorry. And it is all DMC. So I am using all DMC. And I think I'm going to love it once I get going on it. Right now it's just kind of pitiful. Okay. So those are those whips. Now I have so these are the finishes and whips, okay? Here is a Mill Hill Santa that I finished. Isn't he sweet? So I just need to cut him out, put a backing and a hanger on him. I think he's beautiful. I just love him. Oh, and okay, I do just love him, but pliers. So when I was actually doing the beads, there were several areas where I actually had to use pliers to get my needle through. It was crazy. So I'm not sure why, but yeah, lots of beads. He's so good though. I do love him. And you forget how much fun Mill Hill can be. And then so I started that and I finished it and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just love it. So the other thing, which was a whip, but now is a finish, is this capybara Christmas guy. Now hold on. Yeah. So he is stitched on the same thing that I did for the cat. So that Fabric Flare 28 count even weave, gray fairy dust. This is for my daughter Hannah. She likes these capybaras. Um, so yeah, and this has a few beads too, which you can't really see, but it does add a little bit of sparkle to it. Just love it. So I need to get that framed, and I will be doing that hopefully soon. So yeah, so I'm sure she will love it as well. She'll be surprised. Um, my next one that I have finished, it was a whip, and but I did finally finish it, and it is the Chinese lanterns. This was a Riola's kit. It's so pretty. It really is pretty. Pretty colors. This was I want to say a 14 count Ada. Yes, it was a 14 count Ada Zweigart. The floss is Anchor Floss. Um, so yeah, I will show you where I'm at. And well, it's not where I'm at. It's all done. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? And all that back stitching just made it so much better. I just love it. So I do have to frame it. It's like on a mint green, which is just perfect. I mean, da, da, da. And you could do them individually. I thought about that too. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll take some time in the next year or two and maybe make some Christmas ornaments out of these. I thought would be cute. But yeah, so it turned out really well. So I need to get that framed. So that, my friends, is what? Are those all of my FFOs, whips, new starts? Oh no, new starts. Oh yeah, I told you that. Lucky you. I started that. And then I've also started another Mill Hill ornament, but I don't have it handy. I don't even think I really, yeah, I think yeah, I did start it. Um, okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about haul, just because there's a little bit of haul. And then I'll talk about plans. So I, oh, I might have to take this out. Okay, well, let me do this one first. I love this. So I don't know if I've done any tiny modernist. Um, but I do love her patterns. So I bought this one, Dream Big. I just love it. I love everything about it. The colors. I love that it's a book that opens up. I can remember when Hannah was growing up and I would say to her all the time, "Oh my gosh, Hannah, you can go throughout the world when you read a book. You go to so many places and do so many things." Um, and she's always been a big reader. That was her one thing. Going into kindergarten, she would say, "I can't wait till I can read, Mom. I'm going to read my books too." And I'm just thinking, oh dear Lord, I hope she learns. I mean, I didn't learn to read when I was in kindergarten, but she learned and she's never stopped. I also got this little guy, chicken and waffles, sweet as can be. I'm not sure who I saw showing this, but I just loved it. I was like, all right, well, I need to have that because it's just too cute. And this is Stitches by Ethel. And I think that I ordered these from Lindy Stitches when I was signing up for the Jingle Ball. But isn't that sweet? Look at that little donkey. And then there's the little chickens, and they're putting the ornaments up. So I live in Columbia, Tennessee, which is the world capital, I don't even know. Let me think of it. It's like the mule town capital of the world. They've named themselves that. And it's been named that for years and years and years. They have Mule Days in April, and they have Mule Days parade where people will come. There's a parade, and people have their mules, and they're kind of dressed up. And people go out and like, put dibs on their blankets and lawn chairs and everything up and down the street. They should move it to a different month though, because it's been rainy the last couple times. I also ordered the Moonlight Walk, and I haven't done any of these, but I really wanted them all. I've got the moon one too, and the elephant one. Oh no, I must have been lying because here's the elephant one. Isn't it cute? I know you guys know what it looks like. The forget me nots. Um, Okay. And then the other one, I had seen this stitched up. It's called Stitching Quaker. I had seen it stitched up at Country Cupboards, which is our LNS here. It's like 45 minutes away from me. It's in Murfreesboro. I know you guys know this. Stitching Quaker, Primrose Cottage. Oh my gosh, I just loved it. And it's not huge. It's 83 by 85. It's just going to be so much fun. And then, oh, then there's a stitching quilt one too. So, anyway, so there's this. The other thing that I did was I ordered some red, white, and bluish floss to see if there was something, I don't know. I just needed to see what colors were out there for red, white, and blue, like what I could do, what I could use. So Weeks Dye Works, this is Independence. Um, and it's pretty, but it's almost like pink versus red. So, I mean, there's definitely I'll use it for something, but I don't know if I'll use it. Like I could use it for this pillow actually if I wanted to. Um, Don't you wonder if maybe I bought it for that? You just never know. There's wavy navy, which is a really pretty navy blue. I wish I had something to put this on to show you, and I don't. That's okay. You know what it's all about. Wavy navy. This one, this is navy, and then this is ruby slippers. So they're all pretty, different shades of blues and reds. And like I said, I think I was trying to figure out what I could do patriotic wise. Um, so that's my haul. Isn't that awesome? Okay, now I do have plans. Wait, I think that's my haul. Oh, no, wait, there's one more thing. Okay. Needle holder holds up to 12 threaded needles ready for use. Makes it easy to switch colors. I actually do use different things. I mean, my kits will have several needles threaded. But I thought, oh, maybe I'm going to try this too and see how it works. So I bought that. Now I think that's it. Now, okay, my plans. Let's discuss. Um, it's kind of a pain because of the magazine. Okay, so in December, Sunshine Stitchers, EJ and Sheila, they, I want to say currently they are doing a sale, put a bird on it. So then they're going to do another sale coming up in December. The start date is going to be December 14th, and it is going to be Elegant Lace by Works by ABC. Look at how pretty that is. So these patterns, she's got a lot of different lace patterns. And like I said, it's Works by ABC. She has an Etsy shop. So they're done with full and then half stitches. Full crosses and half crosses. That's what gives it the whole lace looking type thing. So I went through my stash to see what I had. And look at this fabric that I have. It's so pretty. All right, maybe if I fold it. So it's got a lot of pinks. It is opalescent, but it's pink and kind of like green. Okay. And it is green. It's not. And I think I'm going to use this fabric, which is an 18 count Aida, which I thought an Aida or an even weave Lugana would work best for this type of pattern because of the detail involved. And then I'm going to use, this is Tom and Lily Creations, and this is Amadeer. And it's like a creamy white color. And I think that'll be really pretty on this fabric. I I might have to do like a little test swatch or something to see. I'm not sure if I'm going to use one because it is 18 count, so I could use one, but I typically like two strands over 18. So I probably will end up doing the two strands, but we'll see. But I was going back and forth. I mean, there's so many beautiful colors you could do, but I thought, you know what? I think this could look pretty and it'll just be, I think it'll be easy. The 18 count, the monochromatic, which the pattern is. Um, so that is that. I guess I thought in my mind I needed to discuss that, but it doesn't seem like I left any room for you to join in the discussion. Um, okay, so my next, I bought this kit. I just love it. And I'm like, should it be my Christmas Day start? Do I want to do a Christmas Day start? I need to start it eventually. Maybe it could be a Thanksgiving Day start. Look at how cute. Now, you know, or maybe you don't know, but I do have a golden doodle. Her name is Ruby. She's as sweet as can be. So, the problem here, so this kit came with, I don't know, 16 count ivory Ada. This is all stitched, all this red stuff. And I'm like, really? I don't know if I want to do all that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I mean, that's full coverage, all the way full coverage. And are most kits that full coverage? I guess I didn't really pay attention to it. But it's so cute. 54 colors. So there is that. Or if you get the Just Cross Stitching magazine, look at this sweetness down here. Look at her. She's so cute. Dear Santa, I tried to be good. I just love her. And I could switch her up a little bit and make her a little bit red versus just the brown because Ruby is a little bit reddish. So, no, no. Super cute though. Super, super cute. Right on the cover. That's her. So, obviously, that would be the easier start of the two. Obviously, that would be one that I would get done. Um, but if I don't start it, I can't finish it. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it a little more. I do have another uh, kit that I'm working on, which is midwinter, midwinter. And I haven't stitched on it in a while, and I love it. But so I'll have to get back to that eventually. And then the other thing or one of the next things. So this is last year. This was the pattern at StitchCon. So my friends and I, Denise, Becca, Pam, and Val, and Nancy. I believe Nancy. Oh, maybe we didn't tell Nancy yet. Well, anyway, I'm sure she'll join in. It's this year we were doing birthday sales, and they do take a while, and which is okay. We get the idea of it. But we thought next year, why don't we pick a pattern that we all like and that we can stitch? And this really, Kindred Friends, it says friends right at the top. Um, we met at StitchCon. So we just think this will be a perfect friend stitch instead of the sales. And it's when we were at StitchCon, they were selling floss packs and it's classic color works. And they also had the fabric 32 count cookie dough. So I've got it all kitted up and ready to go for probably a New Year's Day start. But I do love it. I think it is so good. Some other plans. So I am going to StitchCon weekend B again this year. So I am going to get together with keepsakes and figure out doing another sale. Like last year we did matter in hand. So I want to figure out what I want to do this year and then get that going for whoever wants to join in. Oh, one of the other things I did this past month, I started going through a lot of my projects that are kitted up and taking flosses out of them. Now, I have to keep doing that because I really want to get a better handle on the flosses that I have. I don't need to buy floss every single time I get a kit. That's what I'm trying to go through. I am going to continue with my focus projects like I've been doing. I think that has helped me tremendously finish projects. So I'm so glad. This is my November. Can't really see it, but I've got a lot of stuff on there. So I will be keeping busy. Um, I, yeah, I mean, I'll be keeping busy with all that. And then life stuff, I don't have a ton of life stuff going on, which is good. we just had, so Ron's got 6 brothers. So his younger brother is already down here in Tennessee. One of his other brothers and his wife just moved to Eastern Tennessee. So we went to visit them at the end of October and it was so fun. They have a beautiful house. We went golfing. It was a good time. So I'm really excited that they're down here. It's like 3 hours from us. So that's not bad. Go there for a weekend. They can come here for a weekend. Um, his younger brother Scott and his wife and one of his sons and his family are like an hour and 15 from us north, and they're a little bit north of Nashville. So again, that's not bad either. So it's fun having family close again. We will be doing Christmas here at our house, so I do want to start decorating for that. Um, we also will be doing Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving will be Ron and I, my mom, and then Scott and Beth. So, and none of them will mind that I'm decorating for Christmas. They just won't care. But that's it, my friends. Um, I think we need to find like pink or green pliers if they're going to be a necessity in our stitching life. Can I just say that? I couldn't believe I had to use pliers, but I did. And it worked. All right. I think I'm done. Done, done, done. 46 minutes. Not too bad. So you guys enjoy probably, I don't know, 4 weeks. Maybe I'll be back. We'll see. Maybe not, but I'll try. So, bye. Guys, enjoy. Happy stitching.